Well, we begin with the continuing controversy surrounding doping in sports. 287 Russian athletes participated in this year's Olympic Games, despite revelations of a state-funded doping program in that country. And now hackers have managed to access private files of high-profile athletes, sparking debate about the granting of therapeutic use exemptions. Sias du Plessis now reports.
The breach on the World Anti-Doping Agency's database by hackers, the Fancy Bears, has raised a debate on whether or not the use of therapeutic use exemptions, which allow athletes to take banned substances for verified medical needs for short or longer periods of time, has a place in sport. Dr. Maki Ramagola, a sports scientist at the University of Pretoria, explains that to acquire TUEs is a stringent process for all athletes.
It is a process that needs an examination by a qualified doctor. It needs supporting documents from either a specialist. If it's asthma, you need to do tests, lung function tests, to prove that if you don't take the medication, you go into a bronchospasm.
Athletes who have the exemptions maintain they've been open about their medical conditions and have adhered to the testing regulations. But the debate rages on whether or not it does indeed give an unfair advantage over the competition.
If you are a healthy individual and you use a drug for a purpose that is not supposed to be used, then that will be enhancing performance. But if you are using it for a medical condition that is going to save your life and maybe the lives of others you are participating with, the unfair advantage really doesn't come in.
Dr. Ramachole believes that the fight against doping in sport will never be over, despite the best efforts of anti-doping agencies to eradicate the scourge that remains rife in world sport.
I don't think so. I think as long as there are people who are manufacturing things they shouldn't be manufacturing, who are selling them not according to protocol, as long as there are underworlds that are selling testosterone and other things to our kids on the street, it's going to be difficult.
There's growing concern among many in anti-doping circles that rather than give the World Anti-Doping Agency increased independence, the International Olympic Committee would rather withdraw its funding to WADA and establish a new integrity body that will include anti-doping duties. This would certainly raise many eyebrows, but with many of the national anti-doping agencies calling for the anti-doping governing body to be reinvigorated instead of shut down, world sport could well be in for a decisive moment in its ongoing fight to ensure it is clean and fair for all competitors. Sias du Plessis, CCTV, Pretoria.